Please be advised. Adventures in Initiative may have triggering content for some viewers.
Adventures and Initiative presents VALMIRAH.
Hello and welcome, my darlings, to Adventures and Initiative. I am your DM, Dono. Last time, we began this wonderful adventure of VALMIRAH with meeting our new crew of cast and players, and them experimenting with a few different things in the world. Some decided, or some became, or were performing, some cooking, some just living within their own town, others being given notes and finding maybe a mystery as there was an attack from a large mutation of a pig-like substance, where our parties chased them down and took care of it within an alleyway.
With it almost taking care of us.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
A couple of us.
Yeah, it was a worthy foe for this party, but they searched the body, found a few bits of information, and decided to take their long rest, with the next day noticing, before I forget, before the long rest, our good warlock, Merish, had spot somebody leaving the scene, in which
It was scary.
he tried to get their attention but couldn't seem to find them after.
I'm telling you, there was a man in black. Why don't you believe me?
Exactly. And the next day, after the party began to do their daily things, Briar going to buy herself a new sword, and Jary performing for the town to build up a presence at the tavern, Merish going to get himself cooking supplies, and Yip just hanging out because this is her town, or his town. Sorry, misgendered that. My bad.
Shame on you.
It's okay.
It's okay. She has.
For now.
They have forgiven me.
Thank you.
Excuse me while I slam my head into the desk. Ow!
Slam into the D20 that you have. Slam it into your D20.
Wait. Throw your D20 at me. Oh!
I will actually have to cut a version of that where it actually looks right now.
You just gotta tell me where to throw it, and then we can do it.
No, like I'll use that and I'll just cut the two videos.
Every time you do it,
throughout this day, Yip begins to see those he doesn't recognize within the town, cloaked in black. And this is where we return back.
Yip is concerned.
Yip, where would you say that you are in the town?
I would say like just outside the brothel, or where I don't know. Is there any hangout area where like Yip could just like veg?
Probably the shopping district.
So yeah, Yip would be like on the like, outer skirts of the shopping district, kind of like what an alley cat would do.
Okay, so within you hanging out here, you end up actually seeing Briar coming out of the Iron Cliff, the blacksmith shop. And if you wait even just a few seconds longer, you see Merish coming out of the Crab Shack, the town
The Crab Shack is what you named it?
Yeah.
I
Oh, no,
love
the
it.
Crab
That's
Shack.
adorable.
The crab shed.
Crab Shack. I'll change you to the Crab Shack.
The
Okay.
crab shack.
It was a shack, but he upgraded it to a shed by adding 10 feet of interior space.
It's
There
owned by
you
a
go.
gnome. What do you want?
Oh, if it's a gnome, then he
So-
made it the Crab Mansion by adding
Have
10
I
feet.
already
know.
seen the hooded figures and stuff?
Oh yeah. But like
Okay.
immediately afterwards, you see Briar, and then you see Merish coming out of their
Okay.
stores.
Only
And
because
funny
I
enough, because he didn't roll not a terrible performance roll, but a decent one. You hear Jary coming down the street with
I
his
think I
loot in
rolled like
hand.
a 17 that day.
I think that was a 13. Oh, well,
it
whatever.
wasn't amazing, I know that.
well, it
Okay.
wasn't
Terrible.
a 20.
It was not a 20.
wasn't a 20, so it was a failure.
Save those for only those
Or
are only
nothing.
used in the tavern.
Okay. So Yip is going to like put their book down and everything and try to go up, and he kind of remembers a little bit about how Merish was like talking about seeing a dark cloaked figure. So Yip's gonna try going up to Merish and be like, Yip, 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 Yip,
Merish?
Yip,
Okay.
Yip.
Drunk, you're
What are
silent.
you trying to say?
Oh, there you go.
Do we want to do like the thing that we were talking about for communication for the charades?
Oh,
like
roll insight.
Oh,
Roll
Wait.
insight.
who rolls inside, Monk or
Monk does.
Merish?
Merish would,
just a
the
second.
warlock. Bring your mic just a little bit closer to you, Drunk, when you go to talk.
How is this?
It needs to be about this distance from your face to be able to pick you up just right.
La, 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 la.
There you go.
That was a 7.
Okay.
What was it?
7.
Insight. 7?
Oh.
You have no
Yeah.
idea what to say.
Apologies to everybody because I just realized we've been sitting on the logo for the last
Oh,
5
God.
minutes. I got sidetracked organizing my dice.
Not no.
Okay.
Yip is
Now they
trying
can
to
see our pretty
say,
faces.
I'm just kind of gonna grasp my backpack and reach over and attempt to pet Yip.
You would accept the bet?
Do I remember where I saw them and everything, Dono?
The cloaked figures? I'd say that
Yes.
they're heading south through the shopping district,
I'm gonna.
away from the
okay.
lake.
Okay. I am going to grab Merish and try to like tug, like follow. Yep.
I definitely say that you're not being silent about this, but Briar, you would probably see them / hear this, being that
It's like
you're about across the street. Ish. Welcome back. Sorry about that. A little bit of technical difficulties with the mics. Where we left off, Merish and Yip had met up. Briar had seen them across the street from the blacksmiths, the Iron Cliff, and the interaction between that right before the fantasies might cut out, and we are terribly sorry about that. But we are back here, so players,
Knock on
please
wood.
We do have to mark the calendar though,
continue.
because for once we had stream issues and it wasn't Dono.
Or me, or you.
I actually checked my stream capabilities. I'm almost up to like
Jay,
300.
don't jinx it.
Yeah, you and me are both comparable since you have essentially my computer with RTX stuff.
Okay,
I have a Ryzen 5 with a
Let's go.
GTX 2080.
Nice.
RTX 2080, sorry.
So yeah, Yip is trying to pull Merish because it's like, come on. Yip.
And Merish is going,
Make
why
a
are you
persuasion
doing
check.
this?
I don't know. Wait, never mind.
Yip.
You
Yip.
don't-
Yip. Yip. Yip.
Right.
Yip.
Oh,
Yip.
doing?
Briar, you just see them. You just see this interaction from across the street.
I just walk over to them.
I was expecting you to say I just walk away.
I'm asking.
Screw this shit.
Yip's gonna try to communicate to Briar, like, I saw those hooded people, but still, yip.
Okay,
Hmm.
Briar, make an insight check.
You gotta
Okay,
beat
mini
12.
dice, please help.
12 is the beat.
That is a 17, so...
So you understand that she is trying to get you to follow her
He
because something strange is going on. So it's like, hey, Willie's stuck in the or Wilson's stuck in the well, or Jimmy's stuck
Wilson
in the
shouldn't
well.
have been climbing in wells.
Yep.
I think he wants us to follow him.
Yep!
Say so.
Just like a big headbang. Like,
You had to do was say
Okay.
so. We're friends now.
yep!
Don't know, but let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Are
I
you-
guess.
All right. Yep.
Is-
Take the
is Yip
lead.
gonna
Where are
try-
you going?
Okay.
Oh.
Where is
tracking?
Jary out of all of this?
Make a perception check.
Yep, working on it. That is going to be a 15.
Okay. You hear the sound of strumming and sound of a majestic dwarven voice coming down the street as he enters into the shopping district. Shop, what are you doing?
He's kind of just singing and walking and just having fun,
All right,
you know.
and you can
Just
see
singing like, "I love going swimming with bow-legged women," and just kind of he's being Jary. He's trying to make people smile with bad jokes. But yeah, Jerry's just kind of like singing and having fun, telling people he'll be playing at Tapped Keg tonight, and just, you know, advertising.
Yip's just basically just gonna yell, like, Yip! Yip! Trying to get his attention. Because,
make a
like, I already got
performance
Briar
check.
and already got Merish.
Make a performance
boy.
check. Yep.
Oh, God.
What?
That's a 5!
Oh!
Please,
total?
please.
Ooh.
Yeah, in total.
So you know,
Okay.
Yowling Cats.
Yeah!
Jary, you're just
Sorry,
like,
that was terrible.
what?
Your ball.
I'm looking around seeing if I stepped on something. Did I step on a cat?
Oh, I kind of want to hide behind Briar.
See a cat?
Oh god.
Okay, make a stealth check.
No, I just thought of something. Briar and Jary are the adults, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're the adopted parents.
Yes. Well,
We should not be
technically-
responsible for children.
Technically, Gibson,
Yip is
like,
an adult.
mother is Mama Owens, so you're not technically Gibson.
I'm talking about in the party.
Oh, you're the babysitter.
Here, kid, hide behind Briar.
Okay, roll stealth.
Everything's okay.
You're kind of small enough to do it, I guess.
Something? What made that noise? And tell me whenever
Make
I
a
notice
perception
that.
check.
5.
Perception.
5.
Also, I'm hoping that this gets picked up because my new rolling tray that I got from Bearded Bard I'm using, and it has the greatest sound.
Ooh. Ooh.
That's
That
a
is sound
19 perception. It
Oh, you
just
totally
sounds so
see-
good to roll.
You see you see the 3 misfits that you were with last night and fought
Oh!
weird
Hey guys!
and you see a lizard, the lizard folk child that is just he's just got his head behind Briar, not anything else, just his head, so he can't see you, and he just looks like he's hiding. That's it. His entire body is not able to be seen from your direction. It's just his head that's hid behind Briar. And her
Oh,
beautiful flowing purple coat.
Insight.
Yip.
Yeah.
Yip's just basically playing charades at this point.
I don't have great insight. That's 2. So Jary is just giving you
You
a
have
blank
no
look.
fucking clue.
No, Jary just is giving you a blank look, and then in Dwarven goes, or whatever the Dwarven phrase is for this, he just says, "What is this cat trying to tell me?"
Can I speak
We
in
talking
Dwarven, like
putting
one
down.
word? Say one word, Dwarven.
You say "yip" in Dwarven.
I'm gonna say one word. I'm gonna say yip in English, but in common. But in Dwarven, I'm just gonna say scary.
Oh, you speak. This one knows Dwarvish. At least one word in it. Something scary. Something scary's happened. What's happened? What's scary?
What he
He's
was
kind of
talking
scary.
about.
Yep.
Hiding? Shelter?
Black.
Yip's gonna then say in Dwarvish, black. So
Black?
Yep.
Black.
Can I look around and see if there's anything black that I notice?
Sure.
Yip's just like moving hands to kind of like make like hood.
Make an investigation
Investigation?
since you're actually looking for something specific.
Okay.
Perception is like
It's fun
general,
playing
but if you're
nonverbal.
actually looking for something,
8.
8.
Okay, those dice are going
See a
in the bag.
blacksmith? See a blacksmith?
Blacksmith? What about...
Yep.
Does anybody know what he's talking about?
Yep.
You're
Like
pointing out too. How are any of us supposed to know?
Yip's just gonna be like, it's gonna like Yip's gonna like grab his like clothes and be like black.
He is wearing
Black?
like a cloak as part of his
Yeah.
outfit.
He has a small. He wears like a very small cloak.
Black cloak! Scary
No,
people
man.
in black cloaks?
Yep. Yip's just like jumping for joy, like finally.
Wait,
Good
Merish!
job.
Nice to see you, little buddy. Didn't you see somebody in a black cloak last night running away from that monstrous
Told
creature
you I
we
saw
killed?
someone last night.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yip is just like grabbing Merish and shaking like.
I think Yip saw somebody in a black cloak that was scary. Wait, where did
Okay.
you see them? Around town?
Yip's gonna
Today?
nod their head yes. Yep.
Which
And then Yip's
direction?
gonna- Which direction? South.
Just point.
Point.
Yip's gonna point, and then quickly go to the ground, and then do I remember how many cloaks figures I saw?
You've seen one so far.
You
Okay.
can be like a horse and just clap your foot on the ground for no.
Yes. Like yep.
Well, what are you all up to? Maybe we should go and look into this.
Scary.
Because he seems rather emphatic and is probably going to drag Merish wherever he goes. Which he's kind of your thing, isn't it, Briar? Keeping the kids safe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything to do. I've just been wandering around playing.
So why not? Let's go figure out what's going on.
Let's go hunt down some random person in a scary black cloak.
Yeah.
It sounds so much worse.
I like adventure.
So
I bet you
guys are
do.
being silent about this.
You think Jary has a silent mode? Actually, he does.
Also-
he has a
also,
+5 on stealth.
Wouldn't you think that also like Yip is like kind of yelling at this point, and Yip doesn't usually talk, so. Also,
I
the
got
fact that
2
Yip
words
spoke
out of
We
your
Dwarvish.
head.
definitely
other
have
than
a
the
few
word yips.
people like looking at you guys. So how are you?
Oh, we're
approaching
just
this?
practicing a skit. Come to the Tapped Cake tonight. You can see us perform. Or at least me.
Yeah.
These guys might not show up. Also,
Make a
Merish cooks a
deception
mean
check.
steak. Deception check?
Oh.
Can I have help since Merish is like waving?
Yep.
Cook it.
Mate.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna change it to a persuasion because
Persuasion check.
two
same.
out of 3 of those things were true. Oh.
That's an 8.
Ooh.
It's not what you think it is. It's an
Okay.
8.
I'm gonna roll 2
At least it's not
d20s
that one.
and see how the majority. I'm gonna roll another one.
Plot
Just
twist, they both crit.
you see a few heads, like, kind of bob their heads, and they're just kind of like, oh, okay. And then other people are just... They give a few more feet distance from you all, while the rest of them are just like, oh, okay, I think I get it. I think. And then the rest of them are just kind of like, no, what? Like someone grabs their child's arm a little bit and holds him just a little bit closer, just like, this is fucking weird.
Okay, I'm friendly, I promise. I just want to make new friends.
I'm literally going to put my hand on Merish's head and steer him by the back of the head.
Okay. Make a grapple check. Merish, if you want to fight him, you can.
Grapple check's just strength, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
10! They're getting better! They're getting better little by little.
True.
4.
That's scary.
Okay, yeah.
I am
Merish
going
can-
right where you want to. I got this
Yep.
disappointed look on my face.
Just like,
got head
Merish,
control, buddy.
let's not scare the
Oh.
little children. I know we're both the size of them because they're humans, but let's not scare the little children.
Oh, it's not all
my-
humans. There's like a
My
mixture of
scale
like...
kind of goes toward what is it? We'll go with gray. Gray tinge to my scales as I get this disappointed look on my face.
Okay. Love it.
Oh.
All right.
Don't worry, you'll get a
Yep.
cook again. Don't worry.
I don't know. I can't remember if I made you make a survival check for tracking, but if you
No,
want to
you
do it
didn't,
again,
but I can roll one.
okay. Yes. To see if you can find the tracks, because it's definitely been like 30 minutes now. To see if you can
Okay,
find
yeah.
the mark.
Well,
And are you guys
Cat,
being stealthy
that's-
about this?
Once we're
Huh?
out of the plaza or wherever the hell we
Yip
are.
is 17.
Okay.
That was for 17, and Yip's not being stealthy at all. Yip doesn't know what stealth is.
Okay.
Jary is definitely trying to be stealthy. Doesn't mean everybody is. Obviously.
Okay.
Well, since
Try.
Jay's kind of steering me, I'm gonna go ahead and take.
Oh no,
his
once
lead
we're away
and
from the
attempt-
crowd, he would have stopped steering you.
For those that are trying to be stealthy, make me stealth rolls. I don't think it's... If I'm being honest, I think the only person that could get away without being stealthy is Kawai's character, being that she's from the town. And so it's normal to see her... sorry, I'm bad at
We're
this.
just gonna keep correcting
I
you
will
every
throw this
time.
dice
Please,
at you.
just correct me.
Okay.
All right, so
Yeet.
you want us to make stealth checks?
Yes, for those that are being stealthy, please make stealth checks. Also, what are you doing to be stealthy? Please describe.
Well, Jary is getting a 7 and just
Okay.
trying to not be so, like, boisterously noticeable while wearing his colorful bard's costume
Um,
and
Merish?
carrying instruments.
Merish has got his backpack with his new pots and things in it, and he's just kind of trying to hide behind Jary. So
We're the
my
same
sixth,
size. You're
my
2 inches
sixth, I'm
shorter
guessing
than
I'm
me.
just kind of like hunkered down. My pot's going clang, clang, clang as I'm walking behind him.
You're 2 inches shorter than me. You know what we look like? We look like a ripoff of the king and his servant from Monty Python's Holy Grail.
Clang, 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 clang.
Yes!
So I got a 12, and I'm just
Okay.
trying to be really light.
You're trying not to be near us.
Just
So you guys are,
Oh!
I'm guessing you guys are like staying out of the street, more like diving within like the alleyways, for what there is alleyways in this kind of townish area. With
Yeah.
that 17, you do find the tracks, and yeah, so you're able to find tracks. Yep. You're able to not actually they're still pretty decently fresh, along with like, because you guys made such a scene, it kind of stopped people from moving, and so it was weird because it helped you out enough to the point where it was like, oh, these tracks are still here, and they're not covered by everybody else. So everybody just kind of watched you guys go crazy for a little bit, and so Yip was able to. Yeah, you guys understand. Fuck it. Why am I explaining more than I need to?
Because you are working on your descriptions, and it's lovely.
I know.
Now you get to learn the other
yeah, you
side of
guys
it,
are-
not over describing.
So you continue as you guys duck through these alleyways. I'm gonna roll.
Clang,
Uh,
clang, clang.
We're gonna
clang.
run into like the head of the criminal mafia.
Mood.
Hello there.
High or low?
Whoa.
Okay. As you guys begin to dip through the streets of the alleyways and bouncing back and forth through the different houses, you leave this shopping market and you do spot someone within a black cloak, hood up. You can't really tell much of a description from their face. They are
Jary.
about 50 feet away, and they seem to be taking time to. They have a notepad in their hand, and they seem to be jotting little things down and looking at some of the different buildings around them. And then they begin to scurry off again. But they quickly make a dart around, and I'm gonna see if they notice.
Merish, what do you want?
They
You see him? A black cloak.
Shut up! Yes, I see him. He
They
looks
see
like
both
he's
of you
shopping for
talking.
car insurance.
And you see this person just put their hood up more and disappear into an alleyway.
All stealth is
Really
dropped.
quickly.
Jerry is running.
Okay.
Colorful
begin to-
blur.
Okay. You begin to chase this
That's
individual. Make a perception check as they disappear.
Oh, that's much better. That is a 18.
That's
Okay.
a 21.
All right, you do. Oh, okay. They rolled absolute shit. You do see them booking it. They are moving quickly. They are now about 100 to 120 feet away from you, and they are dodging in between buildings. But you are able to track them. They are like knocking down pieces of wood, etc., trying to cover up their tracks and moving in between crowds. And you guys begin to follow them. I need, as you begin to follow, because, well, actually, I guess it's Merish and Jary that are mostly doing the big following on the street. I need you guys to make dex checks to keep yourselves from tripping.
Uh, 11 for Jerry.
11. Okay.
6.
6.
That's a straight dex, not acrobatics, right?
Yeah, just a straight dex.
Okay. Damn.
To save.
Oh, it's a save.
Briar,
It's a
what are
save?
you doing? Yeah.
Oh, then the
dex
number's
save.
different. It's a save. That's
Watching them go.
13
Okay.
for a save.
Okay.
And then slowly following
Drunk.
after.
Okay. Drunk, what are you doing? Again?
I'm assuming based off of my
Oh,
6.
wait, no,
because
sorry. Not what are you doing. What did you roll? My bad.
I
You said
rolled a
that better.
6.
You rolled a 6. Jary,
I
you barely are able to catch yourself as you stumble off someone's foot as you push through a crowd of people. Lady's hair wets you in the face as you go by. It smells of like rose petals and lilies. Reminds you of a childhood memory. Yeah, Merish, as you are directly behind him, this hair whips you straight in the face as well. And you, being that it bounced off Jary and then whips you, it gets you right in the eye, and you lose the ability to see for a second. You blind yourself, and then with that, you miss your step and fall straight into your face.
Aww.
Ah! Ah! You begin to have the Family Guy moment of ah! Ah!
Where'd they go?
Jary, you are able to continue your pursuit as they move forward. I need you to make a this time around. Actually, high or low?
Huh?
High or low?
High or low? Okay. Let's see. Low.
Low. Okay. You continue to follow them through alleyways, making it to more of the southern part of town, coming closer and closer to what is the graveyard portion of the town. You pass what is a church. What you see is a symbol of a sun at the front of it. You know, to be the sun god. Which is a normal deity within the world. You are chasing after.
Godlito.
Yeah. You continue to follow this person as the streets and buildings begin to go past. Do you want to have them continue to see you chasing after them? Or do you want
are they
to, at
still
some point in time...
running?
Yes.
Like, are they still actively running?
Because they can see you.
If Jary can make it so they lose sight of him but continue following them, he would try that.
Okay, make a stealth check with... I'd say with... Well, just a straight one. Because they're running as well, so... Not disadvantage or advantage.
Oh, that's a 24.
Nice! So you're able to, within these last bits, as it begins to spread out, you take a second as you see this sun god church. You dart behind the steps of the temple, and you just kind of sit and you keep an eye out for this person as they take a second to breathe, look up, look around. And then they begin to have their pace normal.
Yeah, so Jary is going to continue to follow them.
Okay. And I'll have you keep that. As you follow them more, you go past these churches, and you enter into what is the far south of the town, and you see what is a building with a sign that hangs that says Dire Bar.
Dire Bar?
It has a picture of what is it looks like claw marks going through a sign, and it has sketched through it Dire Bar for the name.
Okay. Jary is going to do 2 circuits of the building so he can figure out where all the entrances and exits are, and then he's going to just kind of
investigation.
Yeah, once he's done that, he's gonna kind of just hide and watch the. That's a 6 investigation.
All right.
I would also like to try.
I'm just looking for obvious entrances and exits, so front door, back door.
It's obvious that there's not. You find the front entrance. You don't really see any obvious exits. Besides that,
doesn't seem to be a stables or anything like that. But
yeah,
then he's just gonna kind of stake out in the front, hidden somewhere.
All right.
I would like to try and find where Jary went off to.
Okay. Briar, Merish, and Yip. Well, Yip actually make a perception check because you were kind of coming from a different angle and stuff. You were following.
Ooh, that's a 2.
There's a 2. Okay, you lost sight of the individual as well. You got distracted when Merish fell and began to kind of cry out in pain.
Yeah. Do I see Merish still crying in pain, or is Merish gone?
Merish, are you still crying in pain?
I would have been on the ground for
yourself.
a minute and then kind of calmed myself and gotten up and tried to find Jary.
You take a second, look around. You don't see Jary, but you do see Briar. And taking longer to even look around, you do see Yip, who is, I imagine, Yip. Are you the type of person to go around the buildings because they're close enough together? Yeah. So
Yeah.
she would be climbed up on top of one of the buildings.
Hey.
And just kinda looking down at you. Hey, did I say? I'm sorry. Hey. Hey, I am so sorry. It is something that I'm just gonna end up having to beat myself out of.
We lost our.
I know, I got it.
Okay. Okay.
Dicey.
We don't need music right now. Merish, if you wish to look for Jary further, make an investigation. Well, or no, survival for her tracks.
23.
Woo!
You do find Jerry's footprints and are able to follow him all the way to where he was and where he is at the Dyer bar. You see him off to the side, staking it out. What do you guys do?
Yep.
Jary.
Jerry's gonna kind of try and give like a. Is there anybody around?
The Dyer bar?
Yeah, like is it an area where people are walking around a lot, or is it kind of a?
No, it's definitely on more of the outskirts of town.
Yeah, then Jerry's just gonna kind of be like wave them over and put a finger to his lips, like shut the fuck up. It's the thing that Merish has the most difficulty with.
I do. Where'd they go?
Yep.
Jerry's just gonna be like, God, I gotta get in the voice. They went in there. I went all the way around a couple times, but I only saw the one entrance. Somebody else should probably double check that just in case. I haven't seen them come out since.
Yep, make an investigation check if you want to double check.
Yep's gonna. Oh, that's a natural 20 for a 24.
Oh, nice. The only other thing that you find is a window within the back. Through further inspection, it smells as if it's the back of where the bathroom is, or it's like a sewage escape. It smells terrible.
Yep's gonna make a disgusting hacking.
It seems as though the only entrance or exit is the front door. Conventional one. What do you guys wish to do?
We go in.
Considering they ran away and they ran here, I'd assume this is probably where there are more of them. And if we enter, we may experience violence, which I really would prefer to avoid. Because violence is bad. It's bad to hurt people.
Yep.
I don't like violence.
Yep.
I just like adventure. I want to know who he was.
Well,
Yep.
we can either
Trying to, get their
watch the
attention.
place or come back later after we've done our jobs. Because we both have jobs tonight.
Oh, we have to work tonight.
Sorry, guys, we gotta work tonight. No adventuring this time. Sorry, we work retail.
But
Yep.
but I want to know who he is.
And I'm
Why
sure
was
we'll
he
find
watching
out.
us last night? That was kind of weird.
He wasn't watching us. He saw us because your pots are noisy.
No, last night.
Who
Dummy.
knows? It might not have been the same person.
There could be more of
good
them.
point. Why would they make more than one black cloak?
The same reason why there's more than one green, blue, pink cloak. People like color choices.
They do. Very much they do.
I like my red one.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry's is kind of like multicolored patches all over it. Like it was a good cloak, but he sewed like colorful patches on it to make it more Barty. Because, you know, circus performer.
Barty.
Beautiful.
That's a description.
I'm Barty!
Adjective.
Jary Berry, the Barney Bard. Anybody want to go have drinks in Barney?
Yep.
As long as it's chocolate milk.
Yep.
No booze for you two. No, just because the conversation will be easier above game. Jary is essentially saying, we either watch or we go in now because there's no guarantee that the person's going to be there later.
Briar, would you roll me a... Just roll me an intelligence check.
Uh-oh.
Worse.
What'd you
And
get?
that is an 11. Small dice can go right there.
We got the DM rolling well today.
And everyone else.
high or
not
low?
so well.
High or low?
Low? I say with question.
Okay. So you remember
30
the note
orcs
that you were
storm
given
out of
this
the
morning,
water.
Yes.
and you look around and you realize that it's about time. Like you check the sun and it's like, oh, it's about midday. It's about time for me to have my meeting. And you also notice that the graveyard is nearby as well. So where you were supposed to meet.
Go do something real quick. Probably don't go in there. Just to be safe. Stake out the place a little more. And then I'll be back.
Yep.
Bye.
Yip's gonna wave by, like,
So yeah,
Bye.
Jary's just gonna kind of stay where he is, just surveilling the place.
Okay. Do you take surveillance nut watches? Or shifts surveilling until
Take a nap.
you perform tonight?
Till about an hour before the performance.
Okay.
I'm gonna take
Take
a
you about an
nap.
hour to get back to the tavern. Anyway, from where you are. All right. So, let's go to Yip. What does he want to do?
Yip is gonna try to, like, surveillance as well.
Okay. So just
Just
not help
Yip's
him out with
Yip's
perception.
literally just gonna sit kind of like how a cat would normally sit, so like back legs down, front paws forward, just sitting
Looking
like
like
an
a
average cat. Looking
Okay.
like a cat. Looking like a
Alright.
cat with a cat toy on its back.
Are you guys hidden doing this or just out in the open?
Jary has been hidden the whole time.
Yip would
Okay.
like the stealth.
Okay. Yep.
Marish
roll
would
for
like
stealth.
to move into a sunny spot, lay out a bedroll, and take a nap.
Okay.
How long is Marish's tail?
I'd
believe-
say it's probably about half the length of his body.
Jary is going to drag Merish by the tail along with his bedroll
You
out
would
of the
lose your
open
stealth.
view of anybody in the bar.
You would lose your stealth if you did that.
Why would I lose my stealth? I can use it to sneak up
Because you
on
have to
Merish.
hit him. I know, but then you'd have to interact with Merish. And
Damn, I
once you
can't kill
interact with
player
another
characters, can I?
character, I mean, you can totally kill another player character if you want to. I
Let's see,
just
do
don't
I
know
have,
what the feelings
Mold
are gonna
Earth
be
again?
at the table.
I am a lizard. I want to sunbathe.
Yes.
Is there even any sun in this area? Like,
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
haven't described the area to
Sure.
us.
it's currently sunny in Philadelphia.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia.
Not always.
I'm gonna cut those
Um,
jokes out.
Yeah. It does seem like there are clouds rolling in from the north, from the ocean area and around the lake, but
But
right
what-
now
what's like-
it's sunny.
What's
I mean,
the
if
area
there's an
around us?
area-
Is it like alleyways and rickety
Oh,
buildings?
it's open. It's open, not built. It's open. There's literally like it is the shack, like the dive bar, which is what it is.
dive bar?
The dive bar. It is like a rock cement dry. It is like 2-piece, like broke. Like it's not broken down, but it's together, and it's a basic dive bar. It is meant for what it is. It is meant for drinks.
Stone
From what you see
block
just from outside,
construction.
stone block. It's got a wooden
I mean,
sign
if
on
there's
it.
an area in the sun
Wooden
that's
name
hidden,
on that hangs from the
Yeah,
top.
that's what I'm getting at. Like, is there cover? Are there other
There
buildings?
is like
Is
a
this an
hilly
empty
area.
field in the middle of town?
There's a hill area outside of the city where you could probably look out from about 100 feet away. You'd have to move up once it hits dark, because even with your
So
guys'
this
dark vision, you
is
won't
this
be able to
outside
see.
the city walls, or is there
Yeah,
a city
It
wall?
is right at. There's no city wall. It is very open.
Okay.
Yeah. It
Okay.
is like there's.
So this is
hills.
edge of town.
It's kind of like dry, and then it goes into grassy area. So it's like dried up hills. So it's like beach property situation.
Okay,
like-
yeah.
Yeah.
Edge of town, shithole bar, but there's places where we could all hide while still being in the sun, so Merish
Oh
can
yeah.
lizard it up.
If we wanted to go out into the hilly area outside of like edge of town, about 100 feet away, you could still be able to watch the building. You don't have like any kind of a spyglass or anything like that, so. But
Yeah, I'd say
you'd
let's
be able
do
to make
that.
perception checks, but you would get like minimal vision of what people are, but you would be able to watch the door if you wish. So.
I'd say that would be what I'd want to try and do.
Optimal. All right. So you guys go out, find a good sunny spot, and roll up the rules thing. I'm not gonna have you roll stealth because I don't think anybody would really look that up, and you guys can kind of take a moment to really get yourself hidden. So.
Yip still really wanted to stay stealth, like
Okay.
where they
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
in the
I'm
dark.
actively
You can
trying
stay
not to
close.
be seen.
Like Yip
You
does
can
not
stay
want to be
close
seen by
If
anybody.
you wish to. Oh. Okay. Let's go to Briar, shall we? Briar, as you leave the party and you go to the graveyard to meet with Diana, you enter into what is it is stone walls with iron fencing above. So it's like cement bricks that are stacked together. It's pretty decently well finished, and it's actually like a really nice cemetery situation. There's a small house on it that you can see just above the fencing line, and that sits at the closer to the main. Well, actually, no, it's not the main road, but it enters in kind of like a trapezoid shape. So as you go, you curve against the wall, and then in the far corner from where you entered, the western side of it is the entrance gate, which is iron bars, and you're able to open the bars open. Wow, did I just say open? You are able to open the gate easily. It is unlocked, and walk up to what is this kind of Victorian style. It is very not like it's all Victorian isn't simplistic, but it is a basic house within these archways situation. It has a curved roof. You can walk in. It has it's what you would think a graveyard. It's kind of like a tomb area, but it's a stone house. You enter in. There is a wooden door, and you knock. You hear a voice say, "Hello, come in. I've been waiting for you." Open up the door, and you are greeted into a very simplistic area. It is an open room. It seems to have what is kind of like a religious hall, placed for ceremonies. to be able to have a burial, grieve for the dead, etc., and then go out to and bury. You didn't really get a good look at the graves at all. The house kind of covers up that area, but you can also see in the room in the back there is a large French doors that would open into the backfield.
Okay.
You are greeted by a woman sitting at one of the benches. She is dressed within black. She holds, you see her, well, you just see her back, which is black. She wears a black kind of dress design, white frills at the tips, and she has this blackened hair that just pulled up into a ponytail and has just a little bit left out. And she says, "Welcome, Briar. The author told me I was expecting you. Says that you were looking for information on a wolf. Thing is, you are still young within the order, and so I have been given the task of giving you a mission.
All right.
See, so,
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend about a 3-day trip on the other side of the lake. His name is Professor Core. He's in need of individuals running, and, well, he has a few things needed to be done. I have information for you
All right.
of what you need, but if you are able to fulfill this task, I have been granted permission to give you information, give you what you seek, of what the order has, or what I have been given. I'm trying to say that correctly. So,
Right. Okay.
as she stands up, you can look into what is like the sky blue eyes. She has a very simple face, kind of a smallish nose, cheekbones. Her chin is rounded, and she has blackened eyebrows as well. She's a beautiful woman, well kept. Like, she keeps herself, but she also seems serious as well. So, while I do have you here, I will say this.
Yes.
An idea of finding companions to do this with, or not telling them what it is for, or the purpose of it, would be ideal. Because travel is always troublesome, no matter where you go. Happy to hear that you were able to get here safely. Please, be safe as possible. I did hear about your triumphs last night. Impressive, nonetheless. An impressive feat, nonetheless. And I will
Jim.
send that report to the Order and let them know of your deeds in this town. I also must warn you, even though you do work for the Order, if you do wish to do adventuring outside of what the Order asks you to do, you will need to find sponsorship. Oh, it wouldn't be a bad idea.
Okay.
Make a history check to get.
17.
Okay, so this is a little bit of lore. You know about the law within adventuring. There is a need of a sponsor for every group, because the idea is that young adventurers don't have the means to be able to pay for the things in which they destroy, and with adventuring there is always, almost always, something that goes wrong, whether it be minimal or greater. And so there's somebody that needs to sponsor or take on the debt that is accumulated through those acts. Through this sponsorship, It takes a percentage of whatever is given to the party in payment that is decided through the party and their sponsor. There's a whole yada yada yada. Basically, it is an idea that keeps the government from having to pay for irresponsible people wanting to do things for others. And it allows the power to go into the people instead of it completely being the government's problem to keep them safe. Granted, you can find sponsorship within the government. It's just most people will find it other ways. So, like if you were given a mission from the Order, you were then having sponsorship from the Order, but the Order is technically a sub thing from the government, but it works with it. Except it's a whole. I won't go into huge detail with it, but
Right.
yeah, just to understand the law.
Okay.
For those that didn't know, now you know. Okay. Now you know. Thank you for the rainbow.
The more you know.
So, take a seat. Tell me of your journeys, and then we're gonna cut back to the group. As you're gonna have a moment to kind of talk and communicate with Diana and have a moment with her. So, as you guys sit and wait and watch, you see maybe 2 people leave the bar, none of them dressed in cloaks. You see when it starts getting darker, you do see a deep gnome fellow come out, darkened skin, small, about 3 feet in height. Open up the door and turn the sign to close.
What was the size of the person we were chasing? Like height and build wise, none of the people that had come out so far had matched them, right?
The highest perception check I think we got, I think it was like a 13. You didn't really get a good idea. They're always just a little bit too far away, but you would imagine they're between 4 to 6 feet. They're in the taller range.
I mean, perception checks aside, that's a rather
yeah.
Mm,
They're always like
I feel like we would have had a better, even with distance, I feel like at least a foot size difference, not 2.
Okay.
Because 4 to 6 feet is every race.
You want to say
And
between
I rolled a
5 to
21
6.
on my perception.
Yeah, Merish had a 21 at some
That's
point.
a good point. Yeah, 5 to 6 feet. Nothing
Okay.
like extreme, but yeah.
So about human, elf-sized, nothing like a gnome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Viking monks cooking.
I
Nice.
can see your tiger's butt.
It's a lion.
But
It is. I know. I realized it when I said it. Okay, but nobody's matched that build that's come out.
no, nobody's matched the build that's come out.
And now that I
Okay.
think about it, Merish's point or roll would have been moot because he's taking a nap.
Yeah, but I would have assumed we would have discussed that kind of stuff as you're
I'll give
like
it to you.
dozing.
Probably.
I'll give it to you. You guys have been talking for a little bit.
If the place is closed, then Jary
This is
would
a
just
little-
kind of shrug.
Make an insight
Does it
check.
make sense for it to be closing now?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It's a dive bar and it's getting dark. It's the best time for it to be open. Is nighttime.
I wouldn't know. I don't go to bars.
Insight. That's a 14.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that a bar would be closing right when the sun's going down. Especially when it's not, from what you've heard from Jary, it's the weekend. Or weekend-ish. It's like the break time. It would be the time to be open. It'd be when you want to make money as a business owner.
Okay. Yeah, then Jerry's gonna try and sneak down closer and see if he can find a window to listen at and see if he can hear anything inside.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Doesn't
They
have
can
need
all
to make
roll.
a stealth check as
That's
well.
a dirty 20,
Woo!
20.
which I believe is the first dirty 20 of the
Yep.
campaign.
Yeah. Yep, I think you've been in stealth this entire time, and as you see...
Yeah, Yip hasn't moved.
As
So I'm
you
just
see
making sure.
Shop's character, as you see Jary begin to move up, you would instinctively begin to enter into your more stealthy position and move up as well. So, yeah, you are able to move closer. The door is closed, but you do not hear a lock.
So I'm not hearing anything through the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I would try and try and find like any place where I can hear sound
Okay.
inside.
You do
Preferably
see
not the window by the shitter.
It's the only. It was the only other.
The only
entrance.
other exit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Entrance or exit.
Yeah, no, it literally just, is there sound coming out of this building at all, or does it sound like it's empty?
Make
what
a
I'm looking for.
perception check. Or, yeah, make a perception check. You made a perception check way far away. Now you're coming a little bit closer. Make another perception check. You're just rolling like crazy
16.
right now.
16.
As you get closer, you're able to move close enough that you're able to hear some muffling and sound coming from inside this bar. You don't really have a good keen hearing though, so hard to really tell.
And I don't have any spells handy that are useful for this, so yeah, Jerry's just gonna kind of like keep skulking and see if he can hear or see anything that actually is like intelligible.
Briar, I would also say at this point in time you're probably coming back from the graveyard. So keep that in mind that you're at some point in time you will be coming into this. Sorry, say that one more time for me, Shop.
Jerry's just kind of skulking around, trying, going, seeing if he can find any kind of point where he's hearing anything intelligible beyond just like muffled sound.
Make an investigation.
That
Every single roll. Every single roll for Shop.
Nat 20.
Woo!
Nat 20
Yeah,
plus
okay.
2. Nat 20 plus
You're
2.
able to find the sweet spot within the door where you're able to just kind of listen in, and you begin to hear the muffling sounds of what you believe is a deep gnome. What languages do you speak?
Common and Dwarvish.
You don't understand what's being said, and it's a singular voice speaking.
Okay. Yeah, then I would just kind of like skulk back to the others. I can't understand what's being said. It's no use listening to it since I can't memorize it either.
Yep. Sorry.
Is Briar back with us yet?
Yeah, I would say Briar would be back by now.
Well, there's definitely some meeting going on inside. I can't understand what they're saying. I don't really speak gnomish or deep speech or anything like that, and there's a deep gnome in there, so maybe he's speaking one of those. But I definitely think it's for nefarious purposes. I think maybe we should call the police.
Is it time to go to work yet? As I kind of stirred groggily.
Jerry's gonna like tousle Merish's head scales, like whatever he has in place of hair is just getting tousled.
Fasten door.
All right. You guys go back. You guys pack up your stuff. Go back to.
We didn't say we were going back.
Oh,
I was
okay.
asking literally, does anybody speak this? I'm giving a roleplay opportunity.
Okay.
Yep, is still
Speak
stealth.
anything.
It's like determined to stay. It's just like
Well,
he's an
Yep.
investigative.
I know. What time is it? About time me and Merish actually do need to head back.
Yeah, it would be getting close.
All right, yeah. Then Jary would just be like, "Yep.
About showtime.
If you're gonna keep an eye out, just come and holler at us if you need anything. But we gotta get back to work."
Yep.
Clang.
Yip's just gonna like have like a cheesy smile. He's just gonna be like, yep.
How'd your meeting go, Briar?
It went good.
Assuming we're walking as we're talking now.
Mm-hmm.
Is Briar coming with us, or are you gonna stay with Yip?
I have to pick up a weapon, so
Oh yeah, that's
A
right.
weapon?
You do.
What'd you buy?
a weapon.
Yep.
What kind of weapon? I will point out,
That's
Jary,
cool.
this
I
whole
bought pots
time.
and pans and these cool knives. You want to see?
Yeah, I'll point out
Sure.
this whole time, Jary has his like knives across his chest and has carried a longsword on his hip the entire time you've known him. He's always
Well,
armed.
I didn't know
You don't
that
have more
right
than
away. Let me do some rolls really quick.
I thought you only had instruments.
No, Jary always has his gear on him.
I kind of carry a,
Okay.
I carry a staff, so
to know.
I guess.
You're not
Woo.
dressed to perform tonight, are you, Jerry?
Yeah, he is. He wears his sword and his daggers for his show.
Okay.
He juggles the damn daggers.
Okay.
And when he entered
Sure.
town, he wasn't told that wearing the sword in public was illegal, so he
That's
wears
fine.
it.
Okay.
I also carry a staff, just to put that out there.
It's
Mhm.
not illegal to have a weapon on you. It's like open carry is completely.
But
Yeah,
I-
that's
I
the only
kinda-
thing I would be
kinda-
concerned about, but the guards hadn't told him not to, so
you would
he's...
know
True.
that law. So I
I
would have
think-
told you beforehand.
I take my knives that I bought out of my bag and kind of show them to Briar.
Nice.
So
The ones
cool.
that the guy took pity on you and gave you the good ones.
Oh, those are really,
those are
really,
really
good.
nice.
Yes.
They
Yes,
were
they
the they were the
They're the
mid
middle of the
range.
road. They're not the good ones.
Dono.
Yes.
With Jerry's blacksmithing expertise, can he kind of tell the quality of these and if Merish got ripped off?
You can use your stone expertise on this.
Well, no, remember we swapped it to blacksmithing.
No, every dwarf has stone history. Did you not
Yeah.
know that? You have history with
No, I
stone.
do, but I mean, like, Jary
Okay,
literally has
Yeah, you can do it.
smith's
Yeah,
tools
yeah.
proficiency.
roll.
is what I'm meaning.
Roll.
Intelligence?
Yeah, just roll me a basic intelligence. Do that.
15.
15. This is a decent set of knives. You
Those
definitely.
are pretty nice!
Thought so,
As you actually look at the handles, so I kind of described it a little weird, but it is made of a kind of what is it? I can't think of the no. Basically, on the handles there is carved like a ship design.
Oh, like
of,
Scrimshaw?
waves. Yeah. And it is made of a hickory wood. So
Oh, cool.
So it smells of like bacon, and it has a ship on it. So they're really nicely made knives.
Remember,
They do need to be
became a
sharpened,
Cutco salesman.
and they're not like amazing. So he will have to keep up on them after a while, but they are a decent set of knives. So, yeah,
Oh, no, yeah, just
nothing that
those
you
are
would use in a
actually
fight.
quite a good set. Very reliable kitchen tools.
Tools, not
To have good kitchen
weapons.
tools.
I'm just
I like
I'm
that.
trying to make Merish feel good about his thing because he's excited. You know how like when a kid runs up, they're like, check this out. You're like, okay, I gotta make them feel like this is awesome.
Mhm.
That's essentially what Jerry's trying to do. Is he's just like, I want to make him feel fantastic.
So,
Okay.
with that being said, I'm gonna go to my handy dandy list here. I turn
Mhm.
bright red.
Love it. You can turn completely red. Chop. Or Jerry. I need to get used to calling you.
If
Jerry
I
by your
recall,
character name.
if I recall, red is happy for him.
Is
You're kind of getting an
So
idea.
he's
of
just
his emotional
smiling.
Color palette. So,
Yeah.
I think right now is probably a good time for us to take a. What are we like in? We're like. An hour and a half
We're
in?
at
Yeah.
about an hour and a half. I assume
Yeah,
we're going
so
till about
5-minute break?
5 o'clock.
Oh, are we going to 5? Till a 5-minute break, and then. Or are we going farther?
Well,
Because
I think five's a good stopping space because I know other people have games that they go to and such after 5, and I have my interview with Ghosty tonight at 6:30 my time.
And I'm playing
Nice.
Wars.
Keep an eye out for that, guys. Next
Mhm.
week on our YouTube and our podcast, we'll be doing a release of the VOD here as well of my interview with Nice Ghosty, talking to them about their game and their upcoming poetry book.
Check out
They're
my
a
Instagram
published
for my
poet.
progress
Very
on my
nice.
laminate floors.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, Drunk's doing floors on his Instagram. DIY!
I'm gonna make dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll cut us over
With
to
that,
the
then I
right
break.
next
won't
up
stop
there,
the
too.
stream yet because I still have a few things that we need to go through before I end this. So, Shop, make a
Okay,
performance check for tonight.
Oh, I
Merish, make
Okay, so when we come back, we'll
a,
just kind of time
dexterity
skip.
check. Yeah. You guys will be starting to do your whole thing, and
what did we
yeah.
say?
Oh,
the
that's a
check was
good.
For my cooking?
So
It was
it's
performance for
dexterity.
cooking, wasn't it?
It was
It's
Dex plus
dexterity.
my proficiency, wasn't it?
Yeah, Dex plus your proficiency. Yeah.
So that
you
is
roll
a
for that.
23 performance for Jerry's.
Okay. All right.
21. Yay!
Since we're time skipping, I'm just
Yay.
going to say Jerry is going to be singing and playing his instruments like normal. He'll also juggle his daggers and balance his sword on his nose. Because he has that kind of bulbous, dwarfish nose. So it has the
Nice.
strength.
I'll start by
All right.
sharpening my new knives and then getting all my new ingredients ready and starting to cook.
Alrighty, and we will be back in about 5 minutes from the break. For anybody listening to the audio podcast, we will be back much faster than that. Thank you guys for joining us so far.
Why, hello there! I'm Jary Berry. Thank you for listening and or watching Adventures and Initiative. If you're enjoying our show, please consider giving us a rating, review, or share our show with some friends. Thanks again! Now, back to the show!
Welcome back to Adventures Initiative. We just rolled for performance and cooking. Delightful performance for the night. The crowd was cheering and.
How much did I get in tips?
You son of a bitch! Give me a second. I'm doing a description. Crowd went crazy. I think people had more eyes on you than the ladies there tonight. Jary and
That made Jerry kind of uncomfortable.
Nope. You did get one lady starting to flirt with you a little bit throughout the
He
night,
walked
and
away.
the gentleman, and one drunken gentleman being like, "Hey, how's it going? You're pretty cool." Charles, get him! You see Charles come by, big old freaking human hand over his
Bye-bye.
like, "All right, buddy, time to go home." He just picks him up by the shoulders and just throws him out the door. And it's like these swinging, not wood doors that you just.
I'm gonna
so you just
butter
stand like-
your biscuit.
Cutting that out.
No.
Not your thing, Donna.
Oh.
Trunks.
Okay. You make 26 gold,
Nice.
6 silver, and another 5 copper. Drunk. You make
Hold on.
16 gold,
Go ahead.
2 silver, and 2 copper for the night in tips being sent back to the chef. These people like to spend their money during the weekend because they make a lot of it. That fishing. It seems that this fishing village is pretty profitable.
Hey, they like my cooking.
Yeah.
Just wait until they
Um,
try your fish sticks.
Joe does inform you after the end of the night, after everything kind of calms down, that tonight's the last night of performances, being that the next day, everybody just wakes up early to go back to work. So they try not to have another big old rounding thing, and it dies down usually, so we don't bother. They go, well, we don't bother with performances on now the third night of the weekend.
Oh, that's perfect.
It's not worth
Good
it
day
for the
to rest.
entertainers. We still give you a free night stay just for your troubles in being here, and so you can enjoy the town. Go spend some of the tips that you've made. I encourage it. There's amazing places. Briar, I still need to talk to, or we still need to get you your weapon. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit, everybody. Briar, you enter into the smithing area, steel door. You hear, as you open up the door, there is the sweat-soaked furbolg, 7 feet tall, leather coat or leather vest, pants, and he looks at you and says, "Hi, madam. A slight problem, but before you think anything wrong, I made it up, and I hope you like what I made for you. So, first things first, I have a friend, he's a tinkerer. Help me out with this." And he pulls out what is a staff. It is black wood down the entire end, and with the silver hilt of the head of a silver wolf. It is actually, let me roll to see how well he did. And it's really well done. Like, it is, the head is like, it's got little details for the fur and such, but it's very smooth as you go to grip it with your hand. And he said, all right, so first things first, grab the head and yank. And as you pull, it becomes a silver dagger. Now, take the hilt right here, and he shows you, and there's a small button right here. And it's very small. It's like a little tiny switch. If you didn't know exactly where it was, or know how to feel for it, you would miss it. And he now just goes, okay, now step back, press the button, and you see a blade retract out, and then the wood come in and becomes a hilt for covering up your hand. It becomes this blackened hilt with this steel rapier blade. He's like, so the sword designs, I didn't have the molds for them. They ended up breaking. They're a little old, and I need to go buy some new ones. But I hope this interesting hidden dagger or silver dagger rapier combination gives you the dual ability that you wanted, or this 2-weapon ability that you wanted on top of the layer. It's a little bit different. I know you wanted something that was both balanced, but I hope you enjoy it and you forgive me. If you want, I can take it and give you a refund, whatever you wish. As you nod you say no, nod your head no.
I am good with it.
Okay, so you approve. You're okay. All right, I'll let my friend know his work was well appreciated. I appreciate you understanding. And
absolutely.
Everything. Hope you enjoy it. Now, just to retract it back, you just hit the button again. It retracts all back together, and you just put the hilt, or put the dagger back into.
All right.
And it works as a normal cane as well. So helps you with walking, hiking, can assist in some difficult terrain depending on if it's sliding, etc. But ultimately, it's mostly for flair. And because it doesn't look like you
Did
need
Briar
any help
just get a really
at all.
fancy swagger stick?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You can also totally do bludgeoning damage with, like, the hilt. So,
well, I hope so.
So, now we did that. You come back. It's the end of the night. And you see what is, in the night, you do see some individuals that were, like, heavily drinking more and make. Yep, you're still at the dive bar, so I'm not gonna make you do anything.
Yeah, Yip's
Briar,
just like very like focused.
make an insight check for me for the crowd. Or perception. Yes.
15.
15? Okay.
17.
17. Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Okay. So the people that seem to be drinking even heavier, they seem to have like this sweat developing on them. You notice that it is like 2 or 3 of like what you can notice is the guards from last night's happenings, situations. They are dressed in like a leather armor, and as it begins to die down, you hear the sound of them beginning to rile themselves, and you're like, and there's like another. They just go to Joe and they say another ale to some of them, and he gives them another, and you just see one of them just not take it and crush it in their hands as you see their eyes kind of wind that back into their head, and they just slam their head into the table, and they come up, and they're like, you can tell, Briar, make an Arcana check for me with advantage.
Hey.
Because of Blood Hunter stuff.
That's a disgusting number. That's better. That is a 15. 1-5.
They seem to be going through a mutation, disease.
Ew.
And you can see as you look even closer, you see what is underneath of their armor, these scabs and pustules of what was on the beast from the night before. As one of them draws their short sword and swings wildly at Joe. I'm gonna see if he hits Joe. He does. You see Joe take his cut into his arm from the short sword, and he's just like, "Oh, what the fuck! Aye,
This.
get a hold of your man!" Everybody, roll initiative.
Is Yip
It's
rolling
like,
for
yeah.
initiative? Because Yip doesn't know
Nope.
what's going on.
You can if you want to do something.
Oh!
I don't know.
Jerry's going last.
Okay.
'Cause
Yip
I
will
have
roll for
a
initiative, I guess.
4.
I have a 14.
I have an unnatural 20.
I
Dirty
I call those
20.
dirty.
Dirty 20.
I have a
Okay, give me
16.
1 second as I bring up the stats that I need.
How'd you guys like that music transition there?
It
Did
was
it-
good.
Didn't hear
It's on
it.
that.
It's beautiful.
Okay, so this should be...
So Donna's
Terrible.
really setting it
Oh.
up so that we can
Okay, so I'm
we
gonna
can
do
buy
the...
the bar.
Hey, I listen to my players.
We were joking.
I know, but you gave me an idea. Okay.
Oh, I.
Easy build from an idea.
Okay, let's see.
No, but yeah, this was gonna happen. Okay, I need to roll for the guards really quick and gain a little bit of, I believe. Okay, so one guard is gonna go then, the other 2 are gonna go the other. I need a notepad. So,
And
okay.
this is why Jerry always wears weapons.
Okay,
Mhm.
1 through 20,
3
25.
H's drunk.
Me? What?
Okay, so Briar,
20.
I need to roll for Joe as well. Ooh, that's not good, Joe. That's rough, Joe. I'm sorry, Joe. Okay, 15 to 20
16.
for yep,
Yeah.
yep. 16, 10 to 15.
Merish has a 14.
Okay.
Ooh,
Merish,
that's
you'll be
me.
going-
I'm next.
Merish, what is your dex mod?
It's a +3. Give me a second and I'll check.
Okay.
It is a +3.
Okay. Okay. Next is 10 to... Oh, no. 5 to 10. Oh, God. Shop. I'm sorry. Okay.
I rolled a nat
Oh.
1, and I have a
Oh.
+3. Like I said,
Oh.
Jerry's going last, and my jade dice is, well, it looks like jade, it is plastic, is going in the bag. That's
The
come on,
dice.
wait.
Dice prison.
It's just going back in its bag. It is not being used.
Get in your home.
And then Jary. Okay, so we're going to do Window of the Mind for this. All right, so Jary, I'm going to say that you're over near the
Fireplace?
Well, where would you guys like to be in the bar? Where do you think your
Is there...
character would be?
Does Joe have an actual stage, or is it just kind of
Yeah,
level 4?
he's got like a small kind of 10 not by 10 stage with a curve set. It's all wooden planks. It's slightly elevated by about 3 feet. Steps down on each side.
Jerry probably
And
would have
it's
been just like
About
leaning
20
against
feet
the
away
front
from the
of it.
bar, and you'd have to use about 10 feet to get down the stairs.
Yeah, no,
Or-
Jerry would have been just like
yeah.
leaning against the front of it, just kind of like fiddling with his stuff.
Okay. So you're
After
just sitting there
finishing
kind of
cooking, Merish would be
Yeah.
sitting on the bar stool having a tall glass of warm milk before bed.
So you would be
Aw.
about 10 feet from from the guard
So
that
precious.
attacked Joe.
My little feet dangling.
Shop,
off
you're
the
about
bar
40
stool.
feet
Okay.
from the closest one. And then I'll say, Briar, where would you be?
Probably either right next to Merish or on a
So you're about 10 feet from the closest guard, and then there are 2 other guards that are just within the mix in the crowd of people. So, all right.
Okay.
First up is Briar. What are you doing?
That rapier is just a 1d8, right?
It's 1d8 plus your dex
Just
modifier.
because. Okay.
And you can choose
I'm
to have
actually
just that
going-
drawn instead of, and not have a second weapon in your hand. So,
Okay.
If-
So I'm just gonna have that open, but I'm gonna use a bonus action and shift,
okay.
so I get 3 points of health, temporary health.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go at him and attack with my rapier.
Okay. So,
Hopefully.
You do piercing. Okay. Roll to hit.
Okay. Well, that is a 17 plus 5.
That'll
So
definitely hit.
23.
Definitely hit.
Woo!
Will you please
Okay.
describe your shift, by the way, for those at home?
Uh,
Well, it's
How do you
thin
look?
muslin.
So she still looks about the same, but she gets fangs. So like not super super large fangs, but she gets like the little sweetheart type of fangs, small, and they just appear.
I think we
And-
also discussed that
Not
your
saber
ears
tooth,
become
right?
more prominent. Like your wolf ears become more
Yeah.
prominent within your head, and your your like hair becomes more mangled, and you look as more beast
Yes.
form in your, and I think you
Like
get
a
a slashing
dog
through your
with its
claws get,
like
longer.
rough up.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
So that
canine.
was 10 points of damage.
Ooh, shit.
So,
Okay.
10.
Guard 1 is not looking good.
Okay.
But as you do this slashing or this piercing damage, you again see the mutation take hold, and you see his skin begin to harden to what you just did. So next up is Yip. What are you doing at the bar? Or at the dive bar?
Yip's just gonna give up and start heading back to the brothel.
Okay.
But like is going
That's-
through the town, so then has to go through the bar and
Okay. Okay. Make a perception check.
That's gonna be a 19.
Okay. You hear the commotion at the tap. You hear a commotion at the tavern. You imagine they're having great entertainment. Streams, loud, everything. They're doing a great job. Okay. Next up is Merish. What are you doing?
Yip's just not gonna be an initiative then.
I'm going to
I'm sorry.
yell at the top of my little lungs and say, "Get away from him!" Boom! And I cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Roll to hit.
That is a 18.
18 definitely hits.
Okay, Eldritch Blast does
A
1d10
D10.
damage. I do a whole 2 force damage against him.
Okay, you see it hit him, and it just and his skin begins takes this and bruises, and this pustule begins to form, and it hardens to the force, and he's bleeding and nasty, but he's still up. So, anything else that you want to do?
See,
Bonus action.
as a bonus action, I can do
I don't
nothing
think you
with
have one
me
right
done
now.
Right now.
All right.
I've only got one bonus action, and it's my healing light. It doesn't need to be done right
Okay.
now.
All right. So it is guard number 1's turn, the one that you've been kicking the shit out of. It is going to
hold on. Is it too late to retcon?
Yeah,
Mm,
I'd say you moved on to the next turn.
Yep, you did.
Yeah.
You did. I agree. I
be nice,
found
but
a
nah.
racial. I found a racial thing I could have done.
Save it for
okay.
next time.
Well, just save it for next time. All
Yeah,
right.
it was just on a different
it
page,
is
so I
going-
didn't see it.
Guard is going to do a slashing attack against Briar. So roll to hit, and he uses dexterity, which he has. Okay. Which is a miss completely. And so it's going to use. That's about it that it can do, because they don't get anything else that they can do with their action. So it just your bestial form
Your
ducks
turn.
down as it does a wild swing against you. Shield ready, just kind of like, it seems like they're kind of like motionless, like a little bit of mind there, but really there's nothing else. They're no longer a
All right.
person. So next up is Joe. Oh, the bartender. He's gonna take a second and try and fix his wound.
Oh shoot! I should have healing lighted him.
He is able to take some gauze that he has behind, or take one of the bar rags that he has behind the bar, throw some alcohol on it, and just close up the wound. Which reminds me. Okay, he's fine. And he's good there. And he's gonna kind of look around, and there's not much else that he can do right now because he's just trying to heal himself or keep himself together. Next up is guard 2 and 3. They're gonna do wild swings at people in the crowd. That was a D12, but one was a natural 1, so it drops its weapon. The other one was a 14, which slashes at a person. So you hear, which does only 3 damage. So the person's still fucking alive, goddamn. See if the person, and they're fine. Okay, cool. Guard 2 drops their sword. Guard 3 is able to slash at a random citizen, but the citizen does not die. But they are with a gaping wound. You see this gentleman, older fisherman-like, cracked skin, darker, weathered Looks like he's been out in the sun for a while and is on a ship most of his life. He's gray beard, kind of pipe in his hand or pipe in his mouth, and as he gets slashed, he drops it and screams out in pain. Ah, help me! Next up is Jary. Your turn.
So Jary is going to point his finger at the guard that just hit the old man and yell, "Hey, you pie-eating bitch waffle! You have the personality of a rusty spoon!" and cast Vicious Mockery.
That has an intelligence
It doesn't.
base, doesn't it? It doesn't.
Wisdom
Okay,
save.
good.
Wisdom
It's a
save.
wisdom save.
DC
Okay.
13.
I'm gonna save that for a rainy day.
I
Yeah,
love
I'm also
insult
gonna save one
generators.
for a rainy day.
I love insult
it fails.
Yes!
It fails.
All right, then he's going to take a D4 of psychic damage. Let us see. That is a total of 4 damage. Psychic,
Yeah.
because he is a
Psychic?
pie-eating bitch waffle.
He goes like, and you see it's like, blood begins to drip out of its nose, and it kind of like shakes violently.
And then, as a bonus action, Jerry's going to swing that pointed finger over to Briar and go, "However, you are not a pie-eating bitch waffle. You're fantastic, and keep it up." So you have a D6 inspiration die.
That's great.
Beautiful.
Next up is Briar. Your turn.
So I'm gonna go slash at him with my rapier.
Okay.
Let's see. That was cocked. That is a 10.
A 10. Okay. 10 does not
Yep.
hit. Sadly, as you go to slash,
Okay.
and ting, you hit up against the shield as it kind of just. Yeah.
All right.
You hear the scratching of metal as it just squeals as your claws hit. Because you hit with your
Okay,
hand,
and then
right?
I'm
Instead
gonna-
of your rapier?
No.
Or... Oh, you hit
With
with
my
your rapier.
rapier.
So, yeah. Same
Yep.
sound.
Now I'm gonna try with my claws as bonus
Okay.
action.
Okay.
That is a 22.
Oh, that'll hit.
So
So,
'Kay.
as he goes to hit with the shield, you have an opening now with your claws. You enter in and go for the jugular. He's dead.
okay.
Great. He had 1 hit point. Well, actually, no, wait. What is that? Is that... What kind of damage is that, actually?
Striking. Hold on.
Piercing, slashing, or bludgeoning.
Piercing.
Actually, as your nails begin to make contact, it doesn't make into the skin. Though you are able to completely hit into the jugular area and you should have done damage, it feels as though it doesn't take, and you aren't able to actually take register into the body. Sorry. Next,
fine.
I believe that's the rest of your turn. Merish,
Yep.
it is up to you.
Merish would like to raise his staff and concentrate and cast Sacred Flame. I need a DC saving throw. Dex saving throw.
On the individual that is
That-
closest to you?
Yes. That I've already hit once.
Okay, that is dexterity.
Yes.
That's an 11.
Fails,
Okay.
and it takes 6 points of radiant damage.
As you see this bolt fly out of your hand, you guys see this small child release a bolt, and it shoots into the body of this, what you believe is a dead guard, and it just blows its chest, the guard's chest open, and the guard drops to the ground. Guard 1 is dead. Good job.
Ooh.
So you think. Joe pipes up and says, "Don't kill him!" Now that he's able to be done with the pain, he gets his wit. Well, yeah. I could have roleplayed that better. But he just goes like, "Don't kill him! If you can, save that one! Bring him back! These are still people, and we don't have a right to kill them yet. Capture them if you can. They're just guards. Please, keep the people safe. Do what you can. Do not kill in this moment. As he yells out for you guys and gives that instruction. Joe, that's Joe's turn. Guard 2. Since they're not able to really think, they're going to kind of swing at random people. 17 and 18. So they're able to hit. Oh, no, wait. That's 13. Damage is... Ooh. They slash down 2 people in the crowd. Like, they actually drop them. In the crowd. Just random people in the crowd. You see a gentleman, younger, probably within their 20s, nameless, completely, just drop to the ground. And Joe's like, oh, fuck! Oh, this is gonna be hard. But we can't... He's trying to explain that you guys can't kill him. Jary, your turn. What are you doing?
So Jary is once again going to point at the guard that just slashed down a couple of people. Is that the same one that he attacked earlier?
There's 2 of them that just slashed down.
Whichever
yes,
one he hadn't attacked yet.
Okay, the one that he hadn't attacked yet. Okay.
And he's going to be casting Vicious Mockery again. He's going to point at him and go, I give you a nasty look, but you've already got one!
Wait, doesn't Vicious Mockery do something where it gives them disadvantage on their next attack roll?
Let me check.
Or am I thinking of a different...
Oh, yeah. Take 1d4 psychic damage and have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Let me re-roll.
So one of those attacks...
Okay, so one of those didn't make it.
So yeah, the one that actually hit this time...
Only one person dropped.
The one that hit this time, he's going to point at him and yell, I give you a nasty look, but you've already got one!
Okay.
So wisdom saves, DC 13.
That's a fail. With a 5.
Only 1 damage. 1 point of psychic damage.
Still takes it, bleeding through the nose. As you see it, the blood begins to coagulate along the face, and it looks upon you.
Are any of us or Joe still visibly hurt?
Joe is holding a rag to his shoulder, and I don't think anybody else is hurt.
Then the civilians on the ground, are they still alive?
Yes. Well, one of them you can't tell, but the other one, there is another that is like cut pretty badly, but is still like hobbling out.
Okay, so one of them I can't tell if they're breathing. The other one's just slashed and bleeding, but
he
still
just kind of dropped
conscious.
to the ground with the amount of damage.
The one who is still visibly conscious and I can confirm is not dead, Jerry's going to once again swing his finger, go, you need to do better, heal, and cast Healing Word.
All right.
Beautiful.
That's 7 healing to the peasant, who's probably back up to top health.
Yep, full health. He feels like, thank you, sir. And he just kind of
get the fuck out of here!
Get the fuck out! Good on you.
And that's Jerry's turn. He's just pointing at people.
Yep. Next up is Briar. What are you doing with the new information that is given?
Can I go to the next? Just
there are I will say this: there are tables, chairs, tablecloths, plates, forks, anything that would normally be in a dining situation. You're probably going to find it in this. Yeah, small lizards with magical abilities. You know, completely normal shit.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm gonna try and punch him.
Well,
because I don't want to kill him.
The one that was in front of you is got a hole in its chest right now. Actually, no, wait. Oh no, that was holy damage. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it's got a hole in its chest. So it's down. It's not moving.
Learn from the pigs.
I guess I'll go to the next one and might as well slash that one too.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right, roll the hit. Here.
That is a 23.
That'll hit.
Okay. And boop. Wow, that sucked. That is 5 points of damage.
It takes that, and because of the damage that Shop gave it earlier, it's looking pretty freaking rough. But as you go to do the slashing damage, or the piercing damage, you see its skin begin to harden. I believe you have a bonus action, correct? Anything else that you'd like to do?
Now, I can always just try doing that again, but I don't know if it will hit or not. So, yeah, that's all my bonus action.
Check. Make an intelligence check. I'll give it to you as a... Well, make an investigation. Did you get that as a free action? Or free... What'd you get?
That is a 9.
9. You know what? You've
I
done
hate
it
dice.
enough, and this is your second time. You think doing the same attack over and over again, and if you hit a second time, it's not going to work the second time for some reason. So you have to kind of switch it up, what you're doing. So you got to get creative with what you're doing. Next up after Briar, Yip. Anything that you want to do?
Does Yip hear the commotion? What's
Probably.
surroundings?
I'll kind of speed that up a little bit. Yeah, you kind of hear commotion. You can now understand that it's screaming of pain instead of screaming of joy.
Yip's
There's
gonna
no
take their
pleasure.
turn to dash back,
Okay,
and that
double
will be Yip's
movement.
turn.
Make it there. Okay. Oh, you're not gonna make
Might
it
the
there, but
crowd of screaming people pouring out of the bar be a suggestion of this as well?
it's like, ah!
The old man I just healed going, shit, get out of here!
Crabs in my biscuits, oh god! Next up after Yip is Merish. What are you doing?
I want to move up. I'm sorry. I need to get closer. I would like to move up next to Jary.
Okay.
And the one that looks the least injured, I'll roll an investigation or perception, which one, to see which one's least injured.
Mhm.
Which one do you want?
No, there's just one person that's injured
I thought
right
there
now.
were 2 guards left.
No. Oh, there are 2 guards left. Yeah, sorry. I thought you were looking at the
Yeah, I want to see
civilians.
which one's injured the most.
Okay. That would be guard number 2.
Okay, so you don't need me to roll. And then I would like.
It's pretty obvious. One's taking 1 point of damage. The other one's taking like 7.
Okay, so the one with the least point of damage, I would like to do the same thing. I want to reach out my hand and just you see a beam of light directed at him, and I need a DC dex saving throw.
Okay.
Stay away from my friends.
That is a 13 that time.
That's a meet, so it beats. And
Does it take any
is there
damage?
anyone
if me?
close? Let me take a look. I don't think it does.
Did you-
1d8 radiant damage. Target gains no, but nope, it does not have on Sacred Flame.
Okay. So you
is there
just
anyone
like as you
close
shoot
to
it
me?
past, it just kind of goes away. Yes, there are. You have Briar that's near you. You have a gentleman on the ground that you can't tell if they're breathing, but you can tell that they have a wound. There's also the other dead guy that you blew a hole into.
I can't really do anything to
And-
help him.
And Joe is still bleeding out of his shoulder.
Okay, so then we shall do that. Let me go to my
Okay.
bonus actions page. And I use one of my D6 of healing light on Joe.
Okay.
And he will be healed 5 points as you just see this
Woo!
glow of light come off of me. and it works its way over to Joe and just lands on him, and all of a sudden he's not bleeding anymore.
All right, Joe thanks you and says, and that is able to take it off, and you see where like the tear is on his clothes, but like the wound is completely closed up, as it was almost there. Only the blood stains are there as now, and he's like, "Thank you, lad. Now let me show you how to do this." As it comes to Joe's turn, he's going to jump over the bar and take a sheet from off of one, or a tablecloth from off of one of the bar tables, and going to try and throw it over the guards, kind of like a net. Ooh, that's not bad. That was good job, Joe. That was a dirty 20. That was an 18.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah,
Very
so he has
nice, very,
he
very
gets a
nice.
+2 to his dexterity. So
Ooh.
yeah,
We
he
come over to
throws
here.
that over them. It gets, and since they're like really close together, and the tablecloth is like decent, it covers both of them, and they're considered blinded. And now he's like, okay, and he just yells out, "Grapple them, keep them down, and it's tie him up." And so for those that have like basically, yeah. Up is the guards. They're gonna try and shake it with disadvantage because they're blinded, which is a fail. And that's a fail. So both of them are unable to do it because they're dumb. What happens to them? Yeah, because that was a DC was like 11. It was a 1 and a 10. If anybody was wondering what they got, so one almost did it, but so you see kind of one that's like starts to kind of push out, and that you see him, and you just go like, "Oh shit!" and then just and then turns around and comes back to the other one because he hears the noise of the moaning. Next up is Jary. What are you doing?
Jary is going to draw his longsword and run up to them, and I'm going to
You
try
have
and
a long sword?
Yeah, I told you he's got 4 daggers and a longsword on him.
Yeah,
Oh,
he has said
God.
that multiple times.
I mentioned that a couple times. I balanced it on my nose
It's
for
just
my performance.
surprising.
I mean, it's like a
Longsword
dwarf-sized
strength
longsword, so it's a little shorter than what a human would use, but it's, longsword for me. But no,
Strike
he's
bag.
gonna run up and try and swing with two-handed, with the flat of the blade for a non-lethal strike to try and knock at least one of them
Okay.
out.
All right. That's with advantage because they're blinded.
Okay. So let's see what the second one is. Okay, I'm gonna go with the 19.
Okay. Yeah, you totally hit. Which are you hitting, 2 or 3?
Whichever one would be closer, so your choice.
They're both about the same.
Yeah.
They're like literally right next
Okay.
to each other.
Here, I'll roll. Call evens or actually no, I don't even have to. They have an even number and an odd number. I'm hitting number 2.
Okay.
And that's 8 non-lethal damage.
All right. This one had very little health as it was, so you are able to knock that one out prominently.
Yeah,
as it
Jary
falls
just
to the
runs
ground.
up to what I'm assuming is a human guard and just boom across the
With the
chin
flat end of the
like a bat
sword.
with the flat of his blade.
Mm-hmm.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Sorry, fantasy.
Next up is anything else that you want to do on your turn?
Since I'm closer to them, can I see the downed peasant if they're still breathing?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
They
totally. Yeah. Well, you
Can I see them and are they okay?
3 perception check.
That's a 4, so I don't know if they're breathing.
You don't know if they're breathing, but they're all down and they have blood on them.
He is going to burn his last spell slot to just be like, I hope you're.
At this point, we experienced some technical difficulties. Now, back to the show.
Shop, finish your turn. We rolled for the next turn already. what
I
was
had
it?
just healed the guy, so I was
Okay, he
just
gets
needing
back up.
to. Yeah, he got 4 HP,
Yeah.
assuming he was still alive. So
Yeah, he was still making
yeah,
death
with
saves,
Gary's
so you were
turn.
good. Yep.
All right, cool.
Briar took her turn while we were doing that, just to kind of sum it up, and so we could be able to just do this and have it. She hit it with the butt of her nut rapier, doing enough damage to be able to knock out the second guard. And at this point, you guys tie him up and subdue him. And that's where we're gonna end the session. So now we're just gonna do outros for everybody.
So
okay.
thank you guys for joining us.
Yes. Terribly sorry about this.
That was literally like such an intense moment too. I'm so pissed.
It was super like build up and then
What a ball
And then,
buster.
damn it.
Well, I'm Fntasylover playing Briar. Have a great week.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get her to get social media stuff going eventually.
It's slowly going.
You're getting tagged and stuff on the Insta.
Oops.
I am ShopGoblin. You can find me as ShopGoblin _ on pretty much everything, including Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and all that good stuff. I also run our Twitter and our TikTok, or our Twitter and our Instagram. Too many social media platforms. Our Twitter is adventures _INIT, and our Instagram is Adventures and Initiative. So go ahead and follow us on there so that you can stay caught up with all the shows that are coming out, all the little jokes and art that we have to release. And I'll see you guys next week.
Drunken Monk, and I've been playing Merish. This is a little monk, although you can't see him. Say hi. Whatever.
He's 4. He doesn't care.
He don't care. And you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at TheDrunkenMonk something or other. And my social media is kind of slowed down quite a bit, but it will be picking back up. I promise. Just bear with me through this time in my life.
All good.
Thanks.
Alrighty, I have been Yip, and you can find me on TikTok as kawaii _or_a_mess. You can also find me on Instagram as basic_ace_space, and I am still having commissions open for people that want to have art, especially D&D character art.
And I am Donna the Cleric, aka Donna the DM, for this wonderful adventure of VALMIRAH. You can catch me on TikTok or Instagram underneath Donna the Cleric. I love you, I love your faces. I love you all for being here and sticking around. Thank you for my players for being here. The adventure continues next time. Till then, roll for initiative.